Hey, how's it going? If you're new here, my name is Jan and I love makeup. And if you're not new, thanks for coming back. I really appreciate you. Obviously, today's video is all of my thoughts on the brand new Nomad Verona Love and Death palette. I have used this so many times now. I've created a bunch of different looks. I'm not even going to attempt to count. I'm just going to get confused and then I'm going to lie to you. So I'm going to avoid all of that nonsense by just not saying how many numbers for the most part. There are 3 videos up already. One is a giveaway. If you would like to enter, go check it out. Everything you need to know is in the description box of that video. I have a code with Nomad now. It's Jan, all caps. It will save you 10% off. Nomad sent me this palette. It's my first PR ever in all of ever. And I'm ridiculously excited. I will, however, always give you my most honest thoughts, whether Nomad is sending me a palette or I'm buying it. I'm going to be honest, period. That's just who I am as a person. I don't and can't lie. It's just not worth it to me. So if you want to hear all of my pretty in-depth thoughts and see some of the other looks I created, stick around. We're going to get into it. Okay, in case this is your first video here and this is your first time seeing this palette, it's a 2-sided palette with love on the right and death on the left. Obviously, Romeo and Juliet. Go check out my first video with this if you're interested in any details in case you missed it. So fun. I had so much fun with that video. Okay, so this palette has 3 shimmers on the love side and 3 shimmers on the death side. The shimmers in this palette aren't like the shimmers in, say, the Whistler Snow Lodge palette, for example. 3 of these are a bit more topper-ish shimmery shades, a bit duochromy. The gold one called Moors is a very sparkly, really pretty. Cupid and Romeo, here I could just be showing you. Cupid and Romeo are both very nice topper-esque shades. They are buildable. This one is definitely a duochrome, and I think this one is as well. This shade is red and orangey gold. It's absolutely beautiful. It's pigmented. I'm going to show it to you in a look in a minute. This is Moors, and this is just so sparkly and beautiful and not super pigmented. But Tragedy and Juliet, these 2 are super pigmented. It's what I'm wearing on the center of my lids today. So that gets that out of the way. Now these mattes are absolutely fantastic. They are blendable, they are buildable, they are incredibly user-friendly. There's not one negative that I have to say about any of these matte shades individually. Are some of them similar and maybe could have been edited? Possibly. I have thoroughly enjoyed every single shade in this palette. I've used all of them, some more than others, certainly, but I haven't got a bad thing to say about any of these shades. They are all so good. The quality is top-notch. It's what you would expect from Nomad. So how about I quickly walk you through the looks I created for this video, because this is going to be the last dedicated video I do with this palette. I will, of course, be using it again. If you're new here, I use my makeup. So this isn't the last you're going to see of it. It's just what you're going to see for now. So the look I'm wearing now, let's start with that one. I went in with Juliet on the center of my lid, and then I put Tragedy on either side of that, and then I added a bit of dark on either side of Tragedy, and then Poison, and I blended and layered, and I used a bit of Dagger to blend out the top of the look, and then I lined my lash line with Death, and that was the look. I think it came together super well. This was definitely one of the trust the process moments, because for a while there, I was looking pretty crazy. I did use a highlight palette for my inner corner highlight, because nothing in that other than like the matte pink or the Cupid are really light enough to be an inner corner highlight for me. This next look, I really wanted to just use comedy all over my eye. I was so excited to do that. And I built it up, layered and layered and layered. I blended it out with a bit of love, and I added some depth in the outer corner just for a little bit of depth. And I really like this look. I love that comedy shade. I have nothing like it in my collection, and I have a fair amount of makeup. This look just made my heart happy. I really like all eyeshadows, let's be honest, but the red just really had me feeling some kind of way. Now for this one, I couldn't decide, so I decided to do two. I went with Poison all over the outer portion of my lid, blended that out with some Tomb, and then I went in with Inferno. Didn't love how that was looking, so I went back over it with some more Poison. And then we went with some shimmer. I used more all over the blank part of my lid. It's very pretty. Wasn't quite what I wanted, so I ended up going in with Juliet, and you can see I was pretty happy with that. This one, I went in with dark on the outer, just like I did with Poison on the other eye, and then Moors all over the lid, and then I went in with Cupid. The Moor shade layers absolutely wonderfully with any of the other shimmers. It makes it more sparkly. It's kind of like, why did you cover it all up? But the look it gave me was so good. Very sparkly, very pretty, and just stayed on my eyes and looked absolutely lovely. Editing Jan here. I forgot that I had this look as well. I went in with Love all over the crease, and then I used a bit of Quill in the outer corner, and then I went in with Dark to deepen that up a little bit, and then I went in with Tragedy all over the rest of my lid up into my crease like I do, and then a bit of Romeo to blend out the inner corner, and then I went in with Poison to line both the top and lower lash line, and that's the look. I will say, generally speaking, I use the Gerard Cosmetics Clean Canvas Eye Base as my eye primer, but I have been playing with the Milani one because I heard that one was pretty good for these eyeshadows, and I wish I could remember who told me because they were not lying. I used the Milani today. I used the Milani for the red look, and I used the Milani on half of, like on one eye when I did the like red and Tragedy look. So yes, the Milani eye primer is definitely a winner with the Nomad formula. So there you have it. I mean, I think, first of all, the launch of this palette was done beautifully. It was so fun. The way Nomad handles marketing is just, I think most brands should aspire to be that clever and that good. So you'll have to let me know if you had a favorite look out of these bunch or of the other 3 videos I did. I did create a community playlist where you can add your own Nomad videos to the playlist. So far, only Shani and I have done that. If you want to, I will link the playlist below. It should be fairly easy to do. I admit I didn't actually think it up on my own. My nephew had to help me figure out the ins and the outs and how to do it. So I just thought it'd be fun if we had a place where anyone who wanted to put one of their or all of their Nomad videos, maybe it would reach more people and then more people would see it. And I don't know, I just love Nomad and the people behind the company. I love the quality of the makeups, just really everything. So the giveaway is still live on my channel and on Dion's. It's going until February 13th. So if you haven't entered and you would like to, you should go and do that. Hopefully you like this video. Let me know if there's anything else you want to see from this palette or anything else that I have from Nomad. I'm happy to do it. I have a whole playlist on Nomad products that I've used that's on my channel. I'll link everything below. Anything you might need to know, where to find Nomad, all the videos, all the things, it's always in the description box down below. So with that, I'm going to leave you alone now. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I super appreciate you. Be good and remember to be kind to you.